Hi, I'm Tati, and this week I'm going to be writing like Jane Austen. So it is currently October, which means NaNoWriMo is right around the corner, and I thought it would be the perfect time to get back into writing with a few fun writing vlogs. And I was actually inspired by a few videos that I've been recommended on YouTube where writers try following the writing routines of famous authors. And I've been really enjoying watching them, so I thought I would give it a try myself. And the videos I'm talking about will be linked in the description. And I decided to start out with Jane Austen, one of my favorite classical writers. So after some book research, by which I mean that I read a memoir of Jane Austen and also some Google research, this is what I was able to find out about Jane Austen's daily writing routine. First of all, she woke up early before the other members of her household and practiced piano. I, 1, do not have a piano, and 2, don't really have a musical bone in my body, so we're gonna skip that one. Next, she would organize the family breakfast, which has been accomplished for today. And then after that, she would start writing. Apparently, she would write at a small writing desk by the window on small pieces of paper or in small books so that she could easily hide her writing away if she were to be interrupted or if visitors showed up. And when I tried to find out what kind of sort of pen Jane Austen would have used, Google says it was a quill pen. So I grabbed this set off of Amazon. I'll leave it linked in the description. I have no idea if it's any good yet, but I am excited to try it out because I have never written with a feather pen or dip pen before. Anyway, getting back to the schedule, in the afternoon/evening was dinner and then reading. And I do wholeheartedly believe that reading is very important to writing, so I'm very glad that this is part of the routine. I am currently planning to read this week, to stay on theme, The Letters of Jane Austen and Jane and Me. I'm also playing around with the idea of doing a rewatch of Pride and Prejudice, but it'll depend how much time I have because this is supposed to be a writing vlog. And so I think for about the next week, during this writing vlog, I'm going to be doing my absolute best to follow Jane Austen's writing routine, or to write like Jane Austen. So let's get to it. Hi, so it is now day 2 of this writing vlog or writing challenge. Yesterday I spent most of my writing time just practicing writing with the pen, which was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. And there is also something kind of fun about dipping the pen. I am also currently about halfway through Jane and Me. It is interesting so far. I probably won't be giving it a star rating just because I find it weird to rate memoirs or biographies or nonfiction in general. And it also makes me really want to reread and rewatch Pride and Prejudice. But before I can do that, it is time to actually get to writing for today. So my experience with the feather pen was actually really fun. I got a few ideas down and the ink is so smooth to write with. There are a couple of drawbacks, one being that you do have to wait a minute for the ink to dry before flipping to a new page if you don't want smudges. And another being that I can't really time my dips perfectly, meaning that I will have ink left over on the pen when I'm done writing, or I will not have enough ink to finish the last couple of letters. Also, last night I tried out what is said to be a favorite of Jane Austen's, a toasted cheese, and I'll leave the recipe I used linked in the description. All respect to Jane Austen, but my family and I found it to be just okay. Hi, and welcome to day 3. Today was a family day, so I wasn't able to squeeze in any writing. However, I did go to the library, which I believe would be a Jane Austen approved activity. I found the Jane Austen section and I had to check out this cute little version of Northanger Abbey. I also picked up a few other books and I'll show them to you later. Hi, it's now day 4. I have finished reading Jane and Me and have now started reading the letters of Jane Austen, which I think is just really cool that we have actual letters that Jane Austen wrote that we can read. I'm also really loving so far, I'm about halfway through, the sort of affection you can sense between Jane and her sister Cassandra through Jane's letters to her. I am also planning a rewatch and reread of Pride and Prejudice, and I might even try the 1995 series, which I've never watched before. And here is my mini library book haul from yesterday. First, we have this cute little collector's edition of Northanger Abbey. It is so cute and tiny. Then we have Pride and Prejudice by Elizabeth Eulberg. This is a modern young adult take on Pride and Prejudice. And then we have By the Book by Amanda Selig, which is about Mary, who is a classic novel devotee, which I believe includes Jane Austen's novels. This one is a little bit of a stretch, but it kind of is on theme, so I picked it up anyway. And so now back to the reason you're watching this video, the writing. And while I didn't have any time to write yesterday, I am really looking forward to expanding on the ideas I have come up with. And I do think I'll have more time to write today, so let's get to it. It is now day 5. I have just finished reading the letters of Jane Austen, which I did find really interesting and enjoyable, and I am now ready to start my reread of Pride and Prejudice. However, this is a writing vlog, and I am getting kind of a late start to writing today, so let's get to it. Hi, it's now day 6, which is very close to the end of our week. I have started rereading Pride and Prejudice, which is very interesting to do right after having read some of Jane Austen's letters. I have also started watching the miniseries, and I found a post on Tumblr that connects the chapters of the book to the episodes of the miniseries, and I'll leave that linked in the description. And it is currently about 10 o'clock in the morning, which I imagine maybe close to what time Jane Austen would have started writing, since she would have started probably after breakfast, which started at 9, which is to say that I'm sort of on time today, so I'm going to start writing. Hi. So it is day 7, the final day of this week-long challenge. I am still slowly making my way through my Pride and Prejudice reread and my Pride and Prejudice watch. I have had a bit of a busy morning, so I have not been able to get to writing until now, and now it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's a bit of a late start to this last day of writing, but I think I will have pretty much the whole rest of the day to write as much as possible for my last day of writing like Jane Austen. And we have reached the end of the vlog. So to wrap up my experience, I would say that I had a lot of fun trying to write like Jane Austen this week. When it comes to the actual writing routine that I followed, I do think there is something to be said for putting aside a specific time to write. And having my feather pen and ink and my little setup by the window did make it into sort of an event. And I think there's something really satisfying about writing by hand. However, there were a few challenges. One being that I think it was just slower going than typing or even writing with a regular pen or pencil. And with this setup, there is the fact that you have a finite amount of ink and paper, which sort of put me in the mentality that I could only write down what I was really sure about or what was important. And I kind of had to fight against that because otherwise I wasn't putting anything down on the paper. All of that being said, I really did have a lot of fun this week. And at the end of it, I do have a new story to work on. So if you are an Austen fan or if you're just looking for a way to shake up your writing routine, I do recommend giving this a try. I am planning on doing more writing vlogs like this one, at least through the end of NaNoWriMo, so let me know in the comments whose routine I should tackle next. I am thinking of going with someone a little more modern for the next one. I would also love suggestions for what I should do differently if I try out Jane Austen's writing routine again. Also, as if I did not have enough diversions from writing this week, being immersed in all things Austen and reading her letters and rereading Pride and Prejudice did give me some inspiration for a few new designs for my RedBubble shop, and that will be linked in the description. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye. That's not funny, is it funny? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I forgot I was gonna do the pearl earrings. So dumb. I'm so dumb. It's too late now. I'm not redoing it. Oh, I left one of the books all the way over there. That's where my writing setup is, but you don't know that in this context. Probably, if I don't get it into my head to extend it a couple days. I don't really have the time to, so I shouldn't. Also, try not to pay attention to my bug bites. I don't know what bit me.